John McCain and his 5 plane crashes. LA Times did a wonderful piece on it. I mean, no holds barred. They're like, okay, let's find out what happened here. And they went crash by crash by crash. You know what most of the reasons were for the crashes? Pilot incompetence. Ouch. Okay. First crash, he says, oh, yeah, I was going flying low, and the engine went out on me. They brought the plane out, and they figured out, and this is amazing stuff, the Navy did this investigation, right? They had to do it after every crash. They figured out the engine was totally working. When it hit the water, the engine was still working. Totally lied about it. 100% lied. They said the fault was on the pilot. He didn't know what he was doing. Second time he crashes, he goes too low, against regulations. You know, I know he's a maverick. Oh, please. You know what happens to mavericks? They crash. He took out all these wires in Spain, tripped up the oil in his own plane, so it sprouted everywhere. When he got out of the plane, he was covered in oil. Screwed up his own plane, and they lost electricity in Spain for days. Okay? A maverick. That's what happens. You get out of the plane looking like an idiot. Like, oh, what happened, John? I don't know. I was a maverick. And the plane landed with all the wires, all the, like, power wires around the plane. People, like, shaking their head like, oh, Jesus. Remember, he's the son and the grandson of these top admirals in the Navy. He gets to go to all the fancy dinners. He gets promoted no matter what happens. Now, these days, if you crash one plane and you're a top fighter pilot, you're no longer a top fighter pilot. You're gone. Okay? Now, he's on to crash number 2. Crash number 3 is interesting. We'd reported this story before, but it turns out there's an interesting twist to it. He said he was going to see the Navy-Army game in Philadelphia and see his parents there, and that's what he took the plane for. First of all, I didn't know you could willy-nilly take planes, right, and say, hey, you know what, I'm a fighter pilot. I'm going to go watch a football game. Let me fly over there. But it was the old days. Maybe it was a little different. But here's the twist in the story. Turns out he didn't go to Philadelphia. The records show that he went from his base to Norfolk, Virginia, nowhere near Philadelphia. From, I think it was New York to Virginia. So why did he make up the story about Philadelphia? How bizarre, right? And apparently he, again, what was his excuse for screwing it up? He said, oh, the engine died on me. And guess what they found out when they did an investigation? The engine didn't die on him. In fact, he said when he got in, the LA Times made a great piece because he went back and they talked to the people that were in charge of the planes at the time. They found the guy who gave him the plane. And he said, it's funny because I remember, and every one of them likes John McCain. Don't get me wrong. They're all like, oh, he's a good guy, man. He's a hero. Yeah, no, but the engine didn't die on him. No, he made that up. Right? And they talked to this guy. He said, look, he specifically asked me for a beautiful plane. And I remember because I joked around with him afterwards, and I said, that's the last beautiful plane I'll give you. After he buried. And he said at one point during that incident, he was thinking, oh, my God, I screwed this thing up. I'm going to try for a landing at this strip that he saw down below him. Later in the report, the Navy writes, it's a good thing he didn't try that landing because he might have hurt some people. It's a good thing he crashed it into the woods and ejected, right? They're like, thank God he didn't make that mistake. The mistake he wanted to make but couldn't reach the landing, right? And they said, well, I don't understand. Even the most elementary pilot would understand, even if that happened to you, you'd go to your backup battery. Why didn't you go up to his backup battery? Because the dude doesn't know what he's doing. He graduated 894th out of a class of 899. If his pa and grandpa weren't admirals, you think they'd have let him anywhere near a plane? He wouldn't be allowed to walk by that plane. And after 3 crashes, he gets to go fly planes in Vietnam. And then we're surprised he got shot down. I mean, look, I feel bad saying it, but come on. And guess what happened when he got shot down? He was flying too low. Again. And there are warnings. Now, look, this one's a little tougher, okay? And by the way, the 4th one, it's not really a crash, to be honest. It's really 4 crashes. Because the 4th one, there was this major accident in Vietnam. A lot of people got hurt. But it looked like some other plane fired their missiles by accident and hit our planes. And, yeah, he lost his plane there, but it doesn't look to be McCain's fault. So let's knock it down to 4, okay, to be fair to McCain. He lost the plane there, but not as bad. On the 5th one, the one where he got shot down, he was flying too low. And, look, it was other pilots. Again, LA Times talks to them. They like McCain, and they say, hey, look, it was a matter of manlyhood. they gave us those warnings all the time if we're flying too low. Pull up, do an evasive maneuver so you don't get hit, and then come back. But we didn't want to break off our bombing runs. So a lot of us would fly too low and then take the risk. So that's what McCain did, and he got shot down. So you can say, hey, you know what? He's a maverick, and he was a tough guy, and he wanted to do his bombing run, etc. And, hey, look, that's one way to look at it, and I'm not going to begrudge you that way of looking at it. But overall, man, here's a guy who has a history of flying too low, whether it's for a bombing run or whether it's to go to a football game or whatever the hell he was doing in that third plane crash. By the way, you know who asked for a beautiful plane? Someone who's going to meet a chick. That's who asked for a beautiful plane. So we don't know what really happened on that third crash and why he went down to Virginia, but put two and two together, okay? So anyway, he flies too low again for the 800th time, and he gets shot down. And then the rest is, of course, it is heroic. He withstands the torture. He's courageous, doesn't leave his men, etc. Give him his due. But is he a war hero because of what he did as a prisoner of war or how he actually fought? No, come on now. Come on. Fair is fair. He was a hero for how he acted in the POW camp. But you can't say John McCain knows war, or as John McCain himself says, John McCain knows how to win wars. If anything, given his history before he got captured, John McCain knows how to crash planes. That's what he knows. I mean, that's his biggest experience is crashing planes. He's done it 4 different times.